Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Today we are hosting our fourth hackathon, and there's a lot at stake today. But I'm going to give the word to Jesper and let him speak. What are we going to do today? Over to you, Jesper. What are we up to?
Hello, everyone. So today is a little bit different from what we have done the last few events. So the last few events we just showed up. We had a platform partner like Lovable or Newly, who provided free credits for everyone to build, where we at the end of the day had like a pitching competition. But today we are mixing things up. So today we have three speakers talking about how to define your problem, what to focus on when you build your MVP, your prototype, and then how do you market to get your first customers. And then we will have a short break, and after the break we go into an educational session where you will not only learn how to make a better prompt and get a framework for it, but actually how can we utilize and maximize our credits in the tools that we are using.
Hello, Jonas. What are we up to today?
Hello, so today we are going to talk about how to actually get your first customers when you are building your AI product or just a product with AI, which can be hard for some people, but if you're just a human being, it might be easier than what you might think.
So my name is Lars Nielsen, and I'm here for the Vibe Coding events. I'm gonna talk about like beginner stuff on like how do you structure your project before you actually start. So how you're gonna structure your MD files and like basic stuff that you need to have in place before you actually start building.
Hello, I'm Alexei. I'm a software engineer and founder. I've been programming for over 15 years and I've done quite a few startups in the past. I'm here today to help the community be better at coding, because now the boundary between being technical and non-technical is zero, and I want more people to be able to hack and build. Use your technical skills to take a problem, iterate on it overnight, build something, test it. And basically I'm going to talk today about how to find a problem for the hackathon, right? And four things, maybe three. First one is how to find a problem for a startup, right? And the final one is going to be some tips for your work today, right? How you can be more efficient. Find a problem that not a lot of people have, but also they desperately need it, right? So if you take Google, for example, that's an example. Well, I mean, I think I don't advise you to go this path for the hackathon because it's.
I'm gonna talk about all the boring stuff that you have to do. Alexei was talking more like the dream and it's gonna be fun and so on. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about all the boring stuff that you have to do before you start a product, or I would advise you to do. And let me just say before I begin that from what Alexei said, I have a commercial background. I'm not a coder or anything. And everything is said about like show people what they actually want to see when you promote it and so on. That is the best way, because honestly nobody cares about the admin dashboard and has this feature and this feature. But you need to understand what it is. But basically what it is, and it's very simple, it's a text file. Like Word or any other text file. It's just written in a way that AI understands much better. If you're very new to vibe coding, I would suggest everybody using Lovable because it's very easy to use. It gets expensive extremely fast, but it's very easy to use, and especially for deployment, this is where I can become a little bit more technical. Then Lovable is a great product, because you can just say
ready to jump in and pay the highest token fee a month. I guess this is the Rolls Royce.
Again, I am Jonas, ex-CFO and co-founder of Gamers Class, one of the quickest rising gaming startups in Denmark for the past 10 years. Still building studios. Another thing is just general build in public, and by that I don't mean the build in public as now everyone is gonna go onto LinkedIn and then they're like, yeah, now I'm a founder, I'm gonna build. Again, I am Jonas, ex-CFO and co-founder of Gamers Class, one of the quickest rising gaming startups in Denmark for the past 10 years. Still building studios, that his kid now built, a shippable product with login, with payment system, and really good experience, and they feel you are a human being, they are going to share the word. They are going to share it with their friends and be like, this is actually someone who cares. This is actually a company who cares on what they're doing. And also remember that the thing that feels like...
Jonas, I just wanted to ask a question. Are there some successful companies who have done the pre-launch thing?
Oh yeah, you need to spend at least 5,000 USD on making a go-to-market plan where like you PR around, where you do like Facebook marketing, paid marketing in general. Look, it doesn't matter. When you want to build something and you want to build a grassroots movement, a lot of things came from that. Slack is a very good example. Most of people doing it. I think most of like the bootstrap businesses that you would see around, not venture backed, like where they get injected like millions of dollars.
You would start a single person company. Like, what would be your monthly budget for AI, and like what would?
Perhaps most to you, Jonas. Your considerations on how being human changes the marketing and the launch perspective. Could you perhaps elaborate that into how it's changing the product? Because you still obviously need a great business case in order to make it all work right.
Yes. The initial idea of what I want to build, you sit with them. Trust me, your biggest advocates is also your biggest helpers on how to build a product. That's why I always try to form communities.
Second person in a startup that grew from 2 people to 50 in 18 months. And actually how we grew, because we had no money. We sold to accountants. It was really like nerdy and very niche and so on. But what we did is we went out to accountants and said, hey, we're about to launch this product. Can we get some feedback? And everybody loves to give feedback.
Like launching something, right? Like you talk about connecting with real customers, you're structuring good projects with all these MD files, and you're talking about the hackathon ideation and things like this. But when you get closer to launch, not everyone is an extrovert, not everyone is...
I think you should be just constantly doing that in founder mode. Even if you're not a founder and you work employed, just go and do that. But I think number one thing is there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable steps. So if you're an introvert, going to events and like...
Someone who comes from a non-technical background,
yes.
How do they verify that security is well embedded using AI, when we create using AI,
yeah.
Especially with the user flows or user data?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can get hacked and so on. So first of all, everything can get hacked. Either it's done by AI or by humans. Yeah. So everything can get hacked. Most of them, not all of them. Most of them don't have an agenda. They don't have reach out to people. I make an effort. I'm not very good at it, but I make an effort if people reach out to me for advice.
Well, what if I launch a product and 1 million people sign up? Well, if they do and your website breaks, that's great. You can fix that. We'll have money. Investors.
Research. Yeah. And I know that the model behind it is like an old model, so why would you go to manage to do research specifically?
6-7 years, but I think it's very much like aligned with this thing, like where do you feel the most comfortable and like design-wise. I also had like a remark to this because you were saying that maybe content creation or like the data or like what we are seeing online is actually getting too much because everybody is doing the same thing.
How effective are you at your materials, at textures?
Yes, so that's why I actually...
Just a general chatbot, ChatGPT, Cloud, and anything, is that you can use a method called meta prompting, where you basically just tell the AI, I want to do this, use this prompt framework and create the prompt for me. And then it just spits it out for you. You can scan the QR code. There you have the business case that you're going to use just for example. And you also have the... And then of course also if you're using the oil for those who are, you also have the option to use skills. Do something or it has like some special focus and abilities.
Where you're very much used to them with like Kahoot or Slido or any of these ones that you're using during events. I have a background in game design, so and then we actually get to see it here, have a discussion, whatever you might want to use it for, and then I choose the next poll. So like, that's the kind of idea that like you could do more things on the audience side to participate as opposed to just answering with touchscreen. I mean,
And so this is basically a game that I built for a course that I was taking at DTU. And during the course, the professor asked the question, entrepreneurial mindset. And this game basically takes you through the journey of, sounds like a cool idea, so maybe we should like actually start looking into it. And then there's like different possibilities that you can choose from. Like either you do 15 user interviews or follow the design language that I have set. And this literally took me, you can see it here at the bottom left corner, 3 prompts. And
it's called hardness engineering, and it tells the guidelines of how to use agents in the real world.
Is that it is actually dynamic inside. So the structure is modular in the sense that these are actually components that are built in the code base, and I can also change I can change a particular thing.
In our teams is especially to keep updated with on the new laws, right? Relevant to our business, because when laws every day at the time, looking for the relevant information, and for example, when you have someone who comes to you with a legal issue.